If you don't accept that documentary hypothesis, or you stuck in, I don't care if you accept it or not. That's the basic thing. It's not going to be a bone of contention. But I just want to show one thing, which I think drives the point home, and the intentions of the authors also of how identifying these people, where they're from. Numbers 25. I'm not going to read all of you, I'll just read the first part. While Israel remained in Shittim, the people began to play the harlot with the daughters of Moab. They invited the people to sacrifice of their gods. People ate, bowed down to their gods. So Israel joined themselves to Baal of Peor, and the Lord was angry against Israel. And the Lord said to Moses, "Take all the leaders of the people and execute them in broad daylight before the Lord, so the fierce anger of the Lord may turn away from Israel." So Moses said to the judges, "Each of you slay his men who have joined themselves to Baal of Peor." Then behold, one of the sons of Israel came and brought his relatives a Midianite woman in the sight of Moses. And Phinehas spears a Midianite woman and an Israelite man through, and the plague stops. It actually says, so the plague on the sons of Israel was checked. Those that died by the plague were 24,000. And then it goes into this whole genocidal campaign against the Midianites. See that pink? That's J-text. Yellow is P. The green is E-text. So how did it start? Sexual sin. The Yahweh started J-text. Sexual sin, as we've seen throughout. And what are they doing? They knew why these homicidal commands. It's J and P. Well, J and P are of the south, and E is of the north. How do we know that? They're bashing Moses. First of all, the writing styles, and second of all, bashing Moses. P bashes Moses and Joseph a lot. Because those are the northerners. After the northern kingdom is crushed by Sennacherib, the Assyrian, people flee into Judah, the kingdom of Judah, where the Aaronites are the priests, and the Moshite priests are in the north, and so are the other priests of the Levites. They're not going to hand over their jobs. In fact, they've been separated for 200 years. They don't necessarily like each other, that's why they split. Judah couldn't get along with anyone, except Benjamin, which was pretty much in the borders and some people. It starts out with Moabite and worship of Baal, and ends with the slaughter of Midianites. Actually, the slaughter of a Midianite stops the plague caused by the Moabites, and God commanded to kill the Moabites. P doesn't think J's ignorant and dumbed down, has a bad view of God, this very human view of God, and is ignorant of when the law came in, and when, of what went on at Sinai. But P and J are both from the south. They bash Moses and Joseph because they're northerners. And even Moses with Potiphar's wife. These stories, Moses or Joseph comes into Egypt, a solar slave, and then he interprets dreams and rises up to Pharaoh. But what does it happen? What does Jay do? Joseph comes and starts working at Potiphar's house. His wife makes advances on him, and he's backs off and he's scared. His way of humiliating him, drops it down. How did the land that the Israelites would be living on, Shechem, their capital, how's it acquired? Was it purchased, like he tells us, or were the people slaughtered through deception? Oh yeah, well, we're gonna be nice to you, just circumcise yourself. So they obey, and then the children of Jacob kill all the men while they're weak. They keep bashing each other over the head. Just, yeah, you did this, you did it, you know. Trying to make each other's ancestors look horrific. To the Aaronite priests to the south want all this influx of people, and especially the priests to the north taking their jobs? No. But this will have a great effect on our theology, and it's a good thing. I mean, a very good thing that these are sewn together. Because no other text in the ancient world tells all the horrible stuff, the bad stuff. As people's the chronicles of the kings of Egypt. The stuff of Mesopotamia, this is very unique. But yeah, its relatives, ancestors are Joseph and Moses. P and J are Aaron and Judah. So, I hope that gives you a better perspective, or at least shows you that some type of splicing or fooling around with the text has gone on. Take it easy.